How's everybody today? Pete here at Spawn Fly Fish, and you guessed it, it's time to tie a fly. So we tied a leech last time, and I'm kind of stuck on that leech, so let's tie another one. This time though, we're thinking salmon in the rivers, specifically Coho. So in the vise today, we do have the Ahrex SA254, and that is a size 4. For the bead, we've got the Spawn slotted tungsten football bead, 7.5 millimeter, hot pink, and then I've got 6 wraps of 0.025 lead-free wire right behind that, pushed into the cavity ever so slightly to keep that bead in place. And for the thread, 6/0 or 140 pink, and that'll get her done. So let's just get this thing started here. I sure hope you guys enjoyed that last leech. I think leeches are one of the most valuable flies we can tie. As far as a food source, they're just everywhere, especially lakes and all that. But as far as catching fish, right, if it moves like a leech, has the right color, right amount of flash, all those things, like you can trick fish that have never seen a leech, but it just looks like something yummy and good to eat. All right, so keep in mind, salmon. All right, so let's start this off once again with a Spawn Polliwog tail. And this one in pink, and we're going to leave it, roughly 1 hook length here, and just get that tied in on top, even though it is the bottom, because once again, this is a jig-oriented hook. So it's going to swim hook point up. All right, let's trim out that little tag end. And if you notice there, it just butts up right against the back side of our weighted wire wraps. And isn't that convenient? All right, so last time we incorporated the flash with the rabbit. Not going to be the case today. We're simply going to use some Krystal flash in fluorescent Cerise, and we're going to get that on both sides of this tail. One thing I want you to pay attention to today is just how many different types of pink we're going to incorporate. And even though it doesn't always work this way, right, sometimes having those different tones or shades of the same color is enough to break up a monotonous single color scheme. And that's great. We're going to try it today, but we're also going to use some white in the rabbit. So that'll help, all these things. But what we're trying to do is give them the colors that they really react to and really enjoy, as well as breaking up the monotony of a solid color of that fly. Hope that makes sense. All right, so last time we added rubber legs. We're going to do that again. We're going to do it a little bit differently. This first set, I'm going to tie in right with the flash. And for today's legs, got some crazy legs, and these are tipped crazy legs. So this is salmon, and it is tipped hot pink. So salmon pink for the middle there, and then hot pink at the tips. And I'm going to veil this over my thread. When I do so, I'm going to look at where the hot pink starts for the tips, and I'm going to try to match that up on both sides there. And when I do this and I bring these legs up to the top, I'll show you what happens. So there's 2 on my side, sort of, 2 on your side. But when I finish tying these down on each side, then where the hot pink starts should, in theory, match. Oh, I'm trying to get in there. I don't want you on that side. So now let's bring these on my side. And there we go. So at this point, when I trim these legs, they should all have a little bit of that hot pink, all that good stuff. Trim it just past the tail, and look at that. We have uniform cut legs. And again, is it necessary? Nope. But if you're working at getting better at this game or obsession or passion that we call fly tying, well, be the best that you can be. There we go. End of today's sermon. All right, so now let's have some fun with this. Real quick, let's look at what we're using for rabbit. And today I've got some crosscut, of course, 2-tone, and this is white, hot pink. So the body's white, and then the tips are dyed hot pink. I'm going to tie this strip in with the leather facing upward, and just get that tied all the way back. we got those legs tied in. Let me see your side. Make sure we're not getting anything wrong tied down. All right, so our rabbit's tied in, great. But I want another set of legs. I don't necessarily want them right in the front. How am I going to do that? Well, let's just throw them in now. Keep in mind, what I'm showing you today is something you can utilize when you are tying stoneflies, any kind of girdle bug, anything like that. You know, you have to pre-tie those legs, get them tied in before you actually get to wrapping the chenille around them and all that. Same sort of mentality here. So veil those legs over the thread. I'm bringing them up now. I'm just going to bring those two onto your side. I'm going to come back up with my thread, grab these, and bring them down on my side. So now I've got another section of legs here already tied in. All I have to do is wrap the rabbit and then bring those forward, get a wrap in behind, bring the legs back, get a wrap in front. And now I've got another set of legs incorporated into this body. So let's just start wrapping here. A little bit of patience is all this is going to take, and be aware of where those legs sit. There we go. So that's the start. I can see these two. Each wrap, I'm going to go ahead and move them out of the way. You know, when you're doing this at home, it'll be a little bit quicker because, well, I think it will, because you're not fighting the camera and making sure all that looks nice. So there we go. At this point, I'm already in front of my side and I'm in front of your side. So you see it's nothing crazy here, but the added movement and all that we're going to get from those legs, well worth the effort. All right, there we are. I'm going to make a clean V between the leather or hide and the fibers or fur coming off of that hide. Let's get that tied down, a few good wraps, slip that thread in front, and I'll cut this leather, and there's our rabbit. All right, you could go fish this all day long and catch plenty of fish, but I want just a little bit more of that ooey gooey movement to replicate sort of like a flesh sort of response. And the one thing that really pairs well with legs and rabbit, of course, is going to be marabou. But before we get too far, let's get the second set of legs trimmed out. And by that, we're going to get those tips again, all kind of matched up, cutting that just shy of where our previous legs are, in between half and the full lay back. And I'm liking this. One thing I am going to do is get my fingertips ever so slightly wetted and get that fur to kind of controlled and tamed. There we go. All right, so now let's get into the last bit here. Here I've got a Spey marabou feather. And again, peeled off the leading side because we're going to tie this in by the tip with the good side, right, or that convex side facing outward, so that as we wrap, the trailing edge will release its fibers. And so let's get this sucker tied in. And this is fluorescent fuchsia. So for those of you keeping track here, we've got pink, cerise, and now fuchsia. So three very distinct colors of, or shades, or whatever you want to call it, hues of pink. And yet it all plays very well together. So this, I don't want to cover up all that body, right? It's just a highlight. And that's why I'm only using one side of this feather, and it's not for everybody. I get it. I'm simply showing you some options. And in recent flies, we have also peeled some marabou. And so this is yet another application of why you would do so. And there we go. Let's get this tied off. I'm going to get my fingers wet once again. Just slick back some of that marabou so it's out of my way and I get a cleaner tie off. Right? All right. Pop that out. Yahtzee. Digging it? Hope you are. All right. Time for a whip finish or two. So again, now we have taken a simple leech, tweaked it ever so slightly, and converted last time we tied a leech for still water, for lakes, for monster trout, all that good stuff. Now we're going back to the river. We're not chasing trout. We're chasing some salmon, and that's all it takes to get from, simple lake fly into a simple river fly. Completely different species, but same effective outcome, which is somebody needs to grab the net. And that's what we like. All right, just gonna get some Loon hardhead clear going here and get these thread wraps all covered. And then it's time to go fishing. All right. Looks pretty yummy to me, and I can tell you from experience, it looks yummy to the fish too, and they do eat this like there's no tomorrow. All right, because I finally remembered to bring the water to the desk, I'm gonna pop this sucker out and get it wet for you guys. I don't always do this. It's usually just a memory thing, so forgive me. But let's see what we got here. That's nasty. Just so you guys know, it is nasty. All right, pop this back in. And there you have it. That is fully wetted down leech for salmon with lots of pink, a little bit of white, rubber legs, flash. It's got it all. And of course, this will just keep moving no matter what I do, whether it's being stripped or in the paws. It will breathe, it will move, it will slink, and that's what we're looking for. So hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please hit like, please hit subscribe. We will see you all on the water.